I have been too scared to alter anything. What I mean by that is that I kind of just don't want to start projects. I guess I sort of have this expectation of myself to create this sort of perfect world to the point where just yesterday I was trying to update and redesign some of the old buildings that I have in this world. This here is over at my shopping area. This is my nether storage. I have a whole bunch of different buildings that have sort of storage items, and these are some of the first buildings I built in this world. And I just was looking at them and I'm like, damn, I could just do so much better. There's not much detail in them, very boring. And I was just like, well, that's the point. I'm so much better now. Like, why am I pulling these buildings apart and trying to fix them when the whole point is to see the progress? Even some of them, like these wooden houses, this isn't what they always look like. They've been edited and changed. The only house that has stayed is this house here. It's my starter house. Very first thing I built on this world, and I made a point not to change it. And this last one has changed the most. I completely bulldozed the building that was here and replaced it with this one. I think that it kind of ruins what it is that I am trying to do. So yeah, I was recently reminded why I started this world and my channel. And it wasn't to build the perfect kingdom that has no flaws, because realistically, that just doesn't exist, even in real life. I made this world and channel to track my progress and hold myself accountable in that progress, which means that views and subscribers don't really matter towards my overall goal. Old builds are really important because I can compare it to my newer builds and see that progress and the process that I've taken over the course of this channel. Oh, hello there. But those old builds, they have to stay, because that is what this world is about. Oh dear, I've started chopping down one of these trees. See, I think that what's happened in the past few months with this channel and my building in Minecraft, I've been comparing myself with other channels and their worlds that I could not possibly match. It's the same thing as when I play basketball on a Monday night in a men's open league. I can't compare my performance to Jason Tatum and his performance in the NBA, It's not fair to make that comparison. It really is the same thing when it comes to YouTube. I'm a small channel. I have nearly 300 subscribers. I can't be comparing myself to people that have 1.8 million and even people that have 2,000. It's a very different playing field and different amounts of experience. All of that there really just to say that I'm just going to start doing shit, taking risks, and if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it still did, because I'm staying true to myself and continuing to do what my overall purpose with this channel was in the first place. Even this here was meant to be an iron farm quarry, but I just couldn't quite get it looking right, so I just gave up on it and hid it. Well, I didn't hide it, but it just stayed hidden behind the mountain, so I didn't worry about it. But I guess now my idea is that down here, I've not known what to do. I use Lightmatica to copy the entire mountain range here into a creative world to start designing it. And I got to a point where I was just like, what am I doing? Am I gonna use a Lightmatica schematic to place every single block in this mountain range? I just don't think that that's healthy and a good thing to do. Maybe that works for some people, but for me, I was just like, whoa, that's a step in the wrong direction. So I've just come back to the world, just in survival mode, chopping down the trees, and then I'm just gonna kind of get started. I'm gonna just start placing blocks down. And I just got back from a trip to Vietnam, and I was super inspired by all the mountain ranges and the small villages that kind of sat in the valleys of these ranges. But that kind of will include terraforming these mountains, because in Vietnam, specifically Ha Giang, the mountain ranges, they were super green and there was no stone showing, or very rarely. and like trees would grow out the sides of the mountains, and it was really interesting. And then there'll be houses for the village, farms that span the side of the mountain. The part I'm most excited for is paths wrapping around the sides and going through the valley, and really just creating an environment that feels lived in, and like people have moved around throughout it. Just getting into the world and starting to prepare the area, that's the first step. Not copying it into Lightmatica, into a creative world, and using Lightmatica. I think this is a little bit more pure. That's not to say that I'm not going to use Lightmatica. I might design the houses still with Lightmatica and in creative mode, and then use Lightmatica in survival, because it is a time saver and very useful tool. But I guess what I'm saying is I'm just going to start building stuff, and if I don't like it in the end, then that's okay. I can move away from it and start a new project, but I'm not going to remove the entire thing and whip out the pickaxe and axe and just tear it all down, because I think that kind of ruins the whole premise. I think pretty much what I'm trying to say is that comparison is the thief of joy, and you should just stay true to yourself and do what you want to do, build what you want to build, just be creative.